Hello, my friends. So let's talk about chapter 7 of my novel, Wild River, fantasy novel available on Amazon. Make sure to put my name, Ronald M. Kimmons, because there are other novels called Wild River. So in this chapter, in chapter 7, we meet a character named Tuaniel. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a spoiler here. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, then you stop the video right now. Tuaniel is Mother Kaltrana. This isn't meant to be obvious initially. It does become clear later on, not too much later in the book. Tuaniel is Mother Kaltrana, and we see her here when she's young. She is with her father, who's a wealthy merchant. She's being married off to a lord, Lord Kaltrana. She marries into House Kaltrana. She was not a Kaltrana in the beginning, and she, as we see, she's just kind of someone who sort of, when she's young, she just kind of goes with the flow. She's not someone with very strong principles, or she has certain desires, but she mostly just accepts things, accepts her reality, though it may annoy her, though she may not like it. And she does that when her father wants her to marry this older noble. And so we see her going with her father to meet Lord Kaltrana and talk about her dowry and the whole marriage contract and all of that. And then, also in the chapter, we see something else important happening, which is Tagan. Tagan, of course, who came and hired Bondas to come and find to look for Solana Carpenter. Now, while Bondas is looking for Solana Carpenter, Tagan is also looking for her in his own way. He's going around the city, responding to reports of skeevers. And of course, skeevers are these people who are able to take the physical pain of others in their vicinity and kind of absorb power from it. It energizes them. It gives them superhuman strength, superhuman healing and speed. It kind of makes them low-key superheroes. But there are certain drawbacks to that. If you don't know how to control this energy that's coming into you, it actually doesn't strengthen you very much. It becomes sort of like a narcotic. And all that energy goes toward just making you feel good. And it turns into almost like a drug. And so the natural thing for skeevers to do once they become skeevers, if they don't have any kind of training, they tend to just become very feral and start preying on others. And that's what happens in Wild River. For some reason, you have these groups of skeevers around who will go and they'll occupy a building and they'll start nabbing people and dragging them there and torturing them to death. Just very painfully killing them, very slowly, painfully killing them. And again, the police force in Wild River is not very reliable. And also, House Tokurawu has a certain personal vendetta against skeevers. They don't like skeevers. So we see Tagan with his crew going and taking out a skeever warren and killing them. But in the process of doing this, he's also looking for Solana because he is afraid that she has been taken by skeevers, because that's how he met her in the beginning, was she was being attacked by a group of these skeevers. And so maybe he thought that maybe there was something causing them to target her. And so that's why he's going around and so assiduously attacking these skeever dens. Now, the skeevers are different. If you read Den of the Wolfman, the skeevers are different from the Wolfman. He was a rager. And there are other characters, of course, in the story that are ragers. Ragers are different because they draw from themselves. When a rager becomes very strong and fast, he does so by drawing on his own life force. And if they do that a lot, they significantly reduce their lifespans. Maybe I shouldn't say that. That was a bit of a spoiler. Okay, well I'm giving you that. That's that's what happens with ragers. But skeevers, of course, they draw from other people, from the pain, the suffering of other people, and that's what we see in chapter 7 of Wild River. We see again Tuanel Kaltrana starting to become Tuanel Kaltrana by marrying into House Kaltrana, and we see Tagan going and attacking Skeever Warrens. And if all this sounds cool to you and you haven't started reading Wild River yet, go to Amazon. Go to Amazon. Get Wild River. Start reading it. And if you have read it and you have thoughts, put them below in the comments. Let me know what you think. Bye.